Hello, everyone. This is my Wakanda Forever review. This is going to be a non-spoiler review. I know every YouTuber is going to do this and put this in their thumbnail, but I'm going to be a little different. Do this. If you know, you know. And Wakanda Forever follows up the original 2018 Black Panther. And in this movie, Wakanda is reeling from the death of its King T'Challa, as we also mourn, the real world death of Chadwick Boseman. And I think the movie handled it very gracefully and very emotionally. I think the director Ryan Coogler did a great job considering the unfortunate circumstance that happened. So this movie has really great performances from its cast all around, and I got to give a special shout out to Letitia Wright as Shuri. In the first movie she was more a comedy relief, but in here she really stepped up to the plate. She's the complete heart and soul of this movie, and the movie really revolves around her and her relationship with her brother King T'Challa and her grieving process. And grief is a theme that runs all the way through this movie. I think they handled it really well. She has a wide range of emotions to display and go through, and I think she was fantastic. I can't wait to see her in more. All right, and up next we have Namor, played by Tina Huerta, and I thought he was a great villain for this movie. I thought he was very menacing, and I thought he had a very commanding presence. Whenever he was on screen, just all eyes were on him. I really liked the backstory they gave him. I feel like it ran kind of parallel towards Shuri's, and I thought I enjoyed that a lot. I really liked how they portrayed was Atlantis, or they call it like Torok, I think they call it in the movie. I really liked how they portrayed the underwater city, and I really liked the power level of Namor, and I just thought he was a great villain. He was just no BS, straight to the point. But I will say I don't think his motivations were always that consistent. And that's just kind of one of the drawbacks for me of the movie. Very slight drawback, but besides that, I really enjoyed this character. All right, and then up next we have Riri Williams, or Ironheart, played by Dominique Thorne. And I thought she was a pleasant surprise. I was worried how they were gonna, kind of handle her. I mean, she's an Iron Man clone in the comics, and with Tony Stark being dead in the MCU, I was kind of worried how they were gonna bring her into this movie. I was hoping she wasn't gonna feel forced, and I'm happy to report that didn't feel forced at all. It felt very natural. I'm surprised how vocal she was to the story, but I thought they integrated her very well. And she's just she's very fun and infectious, and I can't wait to see her in more. And it was she was very well surprised. Additionally, I think Okoye and especially Queen Ramonda gave really good performances. I also liked Nakia and M'Baku. They weren't in the movie very long, but when they were there, they were standouts. M'Baku delivers by far the most hilarious line of the movie. Uh, but on the flip side of that, my my biggest critique of the movie is easily Okoye's atrocious bald cap. It is super distracting during the movie. I hope I didn't ruin the movie for you and you pay attention to that now. But besides that, I thought the movie was really good. It is long. It's 2 hours and 45 minutes, and there's a couple plot threads, very minor, but I feel like they could have been cut to kind of trim down the movie and streamline it more. But besides that, I thought it was overall great. The action was great. The CGI was great. Deep diaper a little more into Wakanda. I think Turok was portrayed very great. And I will also say, besides introducing Namor and Turok, the movie doesn't really broaden the scope of the MCU or push the overarching story forward. And that's fine. Just, this movie capping off Phase 4 has a little bit of a disappointment. But I will say, as a, more of a self-contained story, it did feel epic and awesome. And, my only complaints really being some of Namor's motivations aren't being super consistent, and then some plot threads that could have been cut. And Okoye's atrocious bald cap are my only kind of grievances about the film. But overall, I feel it was fantastic. Great performances, great cast, super emotional highs, great CGI, great fight scenes, and a great balance of humor and emotion and seriousness. And I would give this one 8.5. I think it's really good. I think it's worth your time, and I think you should go see it this weekend.